So, sir, good morning. And about to presenting my short presentation in PowerPoint presentation about the Marpol 7378 Annex 5 onboard ships, garbage categories, and outlays being handled as per convention. So, background of Marpol Annex 5. So, Marpol Annex 5 is about garbage from ships can be just as deadly to marine life as soil or chemical. The greatest danger comes from plastic, which can float for years. Fish and marine mammals can, in some cases, mistake plastic for food, and they can also become trapped in plastic ropes, nets, bags, and other items. Even shards and conscious items, as the plastic rings used to hold cans of beer and drinks together. So, my plan is 5-6 to eliminate and reduce the amount of garbage being discharged into the sea from ships, unless expressly provided otherwise. Annex 5 applies to all ships, which means all ships of any types whatsoever operating in the marine environment, from merchant ships to fixed or floating platforms to non-commercial ships like pleasure crafts or yachts. So here's the list of tables about the type of garbage and the ships outside special areas, ships within special areas, offshore platforms more than 12 nautical miles from land, and all ships within 500 meters of such platforms. So this kind of table let us uh, see the proper disposal of garbages and waste, whether we are at the land or sea. But more specifically, this type of table is used in uh, marine industry in preventing the pollution of the sea, and it is used by Marpol. So special areas. So as you can see in the table below, these special areas within the different parts of the globe represent uh, very strict or illegal of disposing of garbage, because it is said, or recent studies shows that uh, depending on the current, the garbage may be stuck here in the specific areas. So these are called special areas. So what is special areas? The special areas established under Annex 5, and these are the Mediterranean Sea area, Baltic Sea, Black Sea, Red Sea, the Gulf area, wider Caribbean region, and the North Sea area, and also the Antarctic area. So these are seas where, for recognized technical reason relating to their oceanographic and ecological condition, and the particular characters of traffic such as heavy maritime traffic, low water exchange, extreme ice states, endangered marine species, etc. The adoption of the special mandatory methods for the prevention of marine pollution by garbage is required. So port reception facilities. The effectiveness of a ship to comply with the discharge requirements of the Marpol depends largely upon the availability of the adequate port reception facilities, especially within special areas. Hence, Marpol Annex 5 also obligates the governments to ensure the provisions of adequate reception facilities at ports and terminals for the reception of garbage without causing undue delay to ships and according to the needs of the ships using them. Port state control. Provisions to extend port state control to cover operational requirements as regards prevention of marine pollution were adopted in the 1994 and entered into the force on 3 March 1996. Like similar amendments to other Marpol annexes, Regulation 9 of Annex 5 makes it clear that the port state control officers can inspect and foreign flag ship at the port or for an offshore terminal of its state, where there are clear grounds for the believing that the master or crew are not familiar of the essential shipboard procedures relating to the prevention of pollution. Placard. Regulation 10.10.1 also requires every ship of 12 meters in length or over and every fixed or floating platforms to display placards notifying passengers and crew of the disposal requirements of the Annex 5. These placards should be written in working language with the ship's crew and also in English, French, Spanish for ships traveling to other state ports of offshore terminals. Garbage management plan. All ships of 100 gross tonnage and above, every ship certified to carry 15 persons or more, and every fixed or floating platforms must carry a garbage management plan on board, which includes written procedures for minimizing collecting, storing, processing, and disposing of garbage, including the use of the equipment on board. The management plan must be designated that person responsible for the plan and be written in the working language of the crew. Resolution MEPC.220 provides that 2012 guidelines for the development of garbage management plans. Garbage record book. The implementation and enforce is also the focus of Regulation 10.3, which requires all ships of 400 gross tonnage and above, and every ship is certified to carry 50 persons or more engage in voyages to ports and offshore terminals under the jurisdiction of another party to the convention and every fixed or floating platform to provide a garbage record book and to record all disposal of incineration operations. Cargo residues. Cargo residues are defined as the remnants of any cargo which are not covered by other annexes to the present convention and which remain on deck or in holds following loading or unloading. They include loading, unloading, excess or spillage, whether in wet or dry condition, or entertained in wash water, but do not include cargo dust remaining on the deck after shipping or dust on the external surfaces of the ships. In addition, in this edition definition, Marpol Annex 5 also stipulates that only those cargo residues that cannot be recovered using commonly available methods for unloading could be considered for discharge. Shipboard incinerator. The standard specification for shipboard incinerator resolution MEPC.244 covers the design, manufacture, performance, operation, and testing of incinerators designed to incinerate garbage and other shipboard waste. Verification of compliance. Chapter 2 of Marpol Annex 5 provides that parties must use the provisions of the code for implementation and execution of their obligation and responsibilities and be subject to the IMO or member state audit schemes IMSAS in accordance with the audit standard to verify the compliance with implementation of the annex. The mandatory IMSAS comments from 1st of January 2016. Polar regions. Chapter 3 of Marpol Annex 5 makes use of the environment-related provisions of the Polar Code mandatory and requires that ships trading to the polar regions must comply with strict environmental provisions specific to the harsh condition in the polar waters, the Arctic waters, which is in the north, and the Antarctica area, which is in the south. List of amendments to Marpol Annex 5. So, on the table, you can see the list of amendments, and this shows the resolution, adoption, deal, acceptance, and entry into force. So, this is the end of my presentation. So, this report is submitted by Gamos Marte to be submitted to Sir Alderius, Sir Alderius, our instructor. So, Sim Lab 1 Week B7 Assessment PSMT Gakrok 01 Gamos Marte.